Welcome to the Disneyland Forever podcast, your source for all things from the happiest place on earth. For more updates, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Disneyland Forever, and you can check out our website, disneylandforever.com. Hey everyone.
Hello.
It's Jordan.
And Daniel.
This is going to be a fun episode, I think.
We both had long days.
It's a very long day, so now we're both kind of slap happy. It's great.
At least I'm not in the emergency room like I was last week.
I can laugh about this because he's fine.
Not at the time.
No, not at the time. No, everything was fine. It just turns out his stomach just
My stomach
work.
doesn't do anything, so that's
It's great.
fun. And bled, and...
This makes you sound like a horrible person that I'm just laughing at.
Well, you are, but...
Hey,
more than normal?
Who insisted on driving you to the hospital because you were going to go to work?
I know, I was.
And everyone's like, wow, the work ethic he has. Like, it's not work ethic. It's that he didn't want to make up the day later.
Exactly. And I still like money. And our cat is very cute.
Sorry, she just is distracting us.
Just came up.
This is going to be really an interesting episode, guys.
Lots of ADHD today.
We did get precipitation today after 300-mile-an-hour winds blew through Salt Lake
it's
County.
rain though.
Did you look to see if we still have any furniture in our backyard?
I did not.
We might not anymore. A lot of things at work got blown over, so that was fun. Anyway, and then it brought in some rain. Of course, not snow because it's far too warm to snow.
There's no snow anymore.
I worry about the ski resorts all the time, but hey.
And our 2034 Winter Olympics will be just Summer Olympics.
All log flumes.
Yep.
Instead of a bobsled.
Roller skating.
Can you imagine the bobsled is a competitive log flume?
Yeah.
Anyway, so what we are going to talk about today, and I think we've had some people request something like this, or people have asked us about it before, and so we decided to kind of draw upon our limited experiences, but our experiences of going to Disneyland solo. So I kind of wanted to share more of the pros and cons and other things to consider if you ever are thinking about or are definitely going to the parks by yourself, all lonesome.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Yeah. Well, let's just go into the review because you already have it up there, ready to go.
I do. We have a new review. I'm sorry to whomever left our most recent one that said you must read this now. Sorry, it's just our standard thing. We have to go in order, so you're gonna have to wait for a long time. Keep listening. But it did make us very happy.
We did read it, and we love it.
I'm very happy. So everyone else will get happy at some point in the future by hearing it. This one is from SJ's mom. They said, a must listen for Disney planning. Disneyland Forever was incredibly helpful in planning our recent trip to Disneyland, and it made a huge difference, especially since I was traveling with 2 kids, including one on the spectrum. I wanted to be as prepared as possible, and this podcast delivered. I love the mix of practical tips, park updates, and Disneyland history. The advice was spot on, and it helped make our trip magical and stress-free. My kids are already begging to go back, and now we all fully agree with you. Disneyland really is better than Disney World.
See, more converts.
Thank you for everything you do. Your podcast helped us feel confident, informed, and excited every step of the way.
Yay. Oh, that actually, especially with their child on the spectrum, that makes me really happy.
Yeah. We haven't done an episode specifically about it, but
It's hard when we don't have a lot of first-hand experience with it.
But hopefully people glean things from...
We know what Disney does that helps with it, and we see people all the time that are bringing their family members who are on the spectrum in different ways and helping them have as positive experiences as they possibly can. And so it makes me happy to know that you guys are able to have that sort of experience. I actually, I would talk to you about it all the time, but one of my first jobs, well, not one of my first. Anyway, for a good
when you were younger,
when I was younger, for a good year or so, I worked in different areas in people with special needs, and it was super fun. I really enjoyed it. I could never do it as a full career because it was just way too stressful and sometimes heartbreaking and just draining. But it gave me a huge appreciation for people and who work with them and families,
for sure.
Families who have them, everything that they have to go through.
Definitely take noise canceling headphones or noise.
Depending on
what do you call them, muffler type things, or depending on
what
the
on what your family member needs.
What the high stimuli is.
But we're just, we're grateful to know that you guys had a great time. And like I said, we converted someone else.
Always makes you happy, at least.
I mean, still listen to on Road Trip and Park Hop, Katie and Aaron always talk about the better coast. I'm like, yes, it's what it is.
Not the better beaches.
No. And I think I mentioned this before. When we were growing up and we would go to the beaches.
You're like, why?
I didn't understand why people like going to the beach. I'm like, it's cold,
smelly,
it's just smelly. The
seaweed
water
everywhere.
The water's dirty.
Kelp.
There's kelp everywhere and sticks and twigs. I don't understand why people like going to the beach. And then we went to Hawaii and Florida, and I'm like,
oh, that's what a beach is supposed to be.
These beaches are
Bahamas.
nice. The Bahamas.
Oh, the blue water of the Bahamas.
Yeah, Mexico. I mean, granted, that was global warming. the one beach in Cozumel.
Yeah, that was not good.
That was not great. But anyway, so yeah, we're grateful that we can convert you. And I've always said this before. I'm grateful that you guys do enjoy when I throw in the Disney history stuff. Fun fact: I'm actually going to be sharing more of it because that CastleCon that's coming our friends are starting in Salt Lake.
You're doing a little history.
Yeah,
panel.
they asked do you want to be our Disney historian? I'm like, oh, sure, why not? I actually was having a conversation with a friend today, and he was telling me that they were he and his husband were just in Paris, and they went somewhere, and they were telling him a story about Walt Disney and him living in Paris. And he asked me, he's like, did you know that he lived in Paris? And I was like, yeah, he lived there when he was technically 16. He was too young to enlist, but he lied about his age so he could go and help in World War I. But he only stayed there in Paris a year working in an ambulance unit before he transferred home. Going on and on. And he's looking at me, and I'm like, I'm going to stop talking.
He's like, shut up.
Because he's like, you already knew this? And I'm like, let's just say yes. I'm very familiar with all of that.
To be fair, that part is on that One Man's Journey Dream thing.
Yes,
the movie.
One Man's Dream. And now also in Magical Life.
Yep.
So that is there too. Anyway, so going back to the review, thank you guys for leaving it.
From World War I
I told you it was going to be an interesting episode today. And then if you guys haven't done so, make sure that you leave us a 5-star rating on Apple or Spotify or Audible, and it helps us out a lot. And then if you want to help us out even more, then you can leave us a 5-star review, just like this one on Apple, and we love reading those, and we'll share them.
And we will get to yours eventually. The one that said we have to do it now.
Katie and Aaron are 2 years behind now. So we're doing pretty good that we're only a few months back.
Well, that also shows we're not that popular then.
Oh, well, you be
I'm
quiet.
just kidding. keep them coming. I appreciate it.
In terms of news, there's nothing that's huge groundbreaking, but we figured we may as well just kind of talk about some of these things. You're the one that saw more about this because I actually did not read this one.
Oh, just because we've talked about when you can splurge and about celebrations. There's a special gift basket only at Pixar Place if you're staying there, but it's just holiday themed. It looked kind of cute, so it's just one that you can have delivered to your room for the celebrations or whatnot.
Cool, just for the holiday season. Looks like cool. Also, a heads up that, they have Santa Jack Skellington right now in New Orleans Square greeting guests. And, it looks really cool. But they did let everyone know that Santa Jack is only going to be available for meet and greets until December 24th. And then after that, I think it's probably going to be regular Jack.
Yeah.
And that is also, that's pretty normal because it looks like it's going to coincide with Santa. You can only meet Santa at the Disneyland Resort until Christmas Eve, up through Christmas Eve. After that,
he's busy that night, and then he has to rest.
He's busy, and he has to have his 11 months of vacation. And usually they'll have still one location open, usually Redwood Creek Challenge Trail, which will be Santa Goofy from that point on through the rest of the holiday season because Santa's done.
Yep.
So similar experience, but different.
Has to go back to the North Pole.
So it'll be a similar thing with Santa Jack. Then also... we talked about this last week that they're changing the Enchant key and they're discontinuing that one and replacing it with the Explore key. And people are looking and they can see the summer calendar of the dates that are available for the Explore key. And it is showing expanded dates beyond what the Enchant key had. So yes, it does seem like the $25 extra that you'd be spending on that key hopefully could be worth it if you really are desperate to go during the summer. And so that is a good thing. It's just
Not a ton of dates, but
no, but it's more than
than it was.
$25 worth.
Yeah.
So that seems like, depending, it could be worth it. Then lastly, and this is just more like, come on, people.
there's these huge signs in the Esplanade now, like as you're going toward
As you're heading toward the Disneyland gates,
that explain how to get your phone out or have your Magic Band ready.
they just say like, please, it says, please have your barcode ready to scan or your Magic Band ready. And I know because we have seen people standing behind these new tap styles that we stand there forever because people
They
are
have
like,
no idea what they're
I'm
doing.
already supposed to have them out. Like, yes.
Or they just like jam their phone against it, hoping that something. I don't know what it is. People
It's
don't
not
know.
the number one problem, but I'm like, people, by now you should know you need to have everything ready to scan. They're not just going to look at you and be like, oh, I feel like you bought tickets.
And if you have multiple barcodes to scan, scan the first one, send them through. Scan the next one, send them through, and have yours be the last
Please
one.
do yours last. It actually it's easier for the cast member. As so many people do theirs first. Like, that one's mine, and then the gates open, and then they have to sit there and tell the gate that it was okay. Like, just. And then they have to open it again specifically for you. So it's do yours last.
And make sure
Just do yours last.
the person who's you're scanning is in the view of the camera on the screen. If your face is foremost, it's going to try and get you, and then it'll confuse it. So kind of stand a little bit to the side.
Yeah. So I was just, when I saw that, I was like, really?
We have to have signs. Like people are going to read those, though.
It's like, I mean, when they did the new tap points, the new gates at Walt Disney World, I mean, they thought it was going to be the next big thing, and everyone was very excited about them, except that no one could figure out how to use them, and people still can't figure out how to use them.
When we were there last trip, we went into the designated annual pass line.
The reason they do that is because those people
We're supposed to
have
know
done
what
this
we're
many
doing.
times, so they know what you're doing.
The people in front of us did not know what they were doing.
No, had no clue. And so, like, I think the reason that they didn't ever do that fully at Disneyland is because they're like, look how much of a mess it was in Florida. We're not doing that again in California. But even though they're trying to make it simpler, it's like, we haven't even changed the fact that we use barcodes. They have been using barcodes since the 90s.
Yep.
And people still don't understand how to use this.
Well, and at Disney World, if they feel like it's going to save so much and not have as many cast members, they have like three
so many
cast members per gate now instead of just the one, because they have like their supervisors that go around and watch for them raising their hands. Plus, there's usually
everyone
two
always
at each
has
one. I'm
problems.
like, oh my gosh.
Everyone always has problems. It doesn't, oh my gosh, just everything is awful there. Anyway, so please just use brains. Use brains.
Yes.
All right, so moving on. Disney Solo. So each of us have gone to, have you actually gone to Disneyland very often, or just Disney World? by
Twice
yourself?
Disneyland, and I think it was twice Disney World.
And those were probably your best trips that you've ever taken in your life, right?
Yes, I am. Despite working with the public,
And I'm not being facetious.
Nope.
I mean,
I'm an only child. I was used to doing stuff alone. I don't like people. I don't like being around people. I don't
not even our
like,
honeymoon trip.
It was okay.
See, I knew it.
It was okay.
I knew it.
I have learned to like to be around people, at least
No, you
tolerate it.
haven't.
Okay, tolerate it.
No, you haven't.
It's a necessary evil.
There you go.
There we go. It's different when you're an only child, and that's just you entertain yourself, and so that's my perspective. But Jordan's also gone a couple of times at least with Getaway
different
Today,
reasons.
and
Yeah.
just when he was down there for other things.
So, and I'll admit, the first time I ever did a trip by myself, I never thought in a million years I'd ever go by myself. And it's okay. I found ways that I can still have fun, but I definitely, I do not go full out on the park. So that's another thing about this. I'm like, look, I did not go full out. I rode a few rides. I did a few things. I ate some of the food, but I did a lot of things. If I was there at the same time as other people, I still tried to hang out with them and do things with them because I found it more fun. But
Yeah, we'll talk about some of. Because he has more thoughts on it, I guess, than
I'm definitely more team I wouldn't.
yeah.
Again, your team, why don't I do this all the time?
Yes.
So let's start talking about some of the pros. And I think for this, if you're a person who's already thinking like, do I want to do this? I think you already know the pros, but let's just go through them anyway.
Yeah. So I think the number one reason to go if you have the opportunity, and this is like, especially if you're like on a work trip already in Southern California, or there's like an opportunity exists for you to go to Disneyland for maybe just a few hours or a full day. Do it because you can do what you want during that time. You're not beholden to anyone. You can ride whatever rides you want. You can just people watch. You can eat wherever you want. There's no restrictions with having kids around that can't go on certain rides. I think that's probably the biggest pro, is you set your own schedule. You don't have to appease anyone else.
I'll admit, I do kind of take advantage of that, like when we go with your work trips.
I'm busy in the morning.
Because you're busy in the morning, and I'll still go sometimes on my own in the morning.
Well, plus you get to like sleep in, and you're not like.
Well, yeah, but even sometimes I don't do that very much. But I'm like the last time, I was like, Dan's not really gonna love meeting the Fantastic Four, but I want to meet them. So I specifically went over to do that one because I'm like, this way I'm doing it.
Yep.
He can do whatever he wants. I'm doing this.
And that's true. I mean, it was fun, but I didn't care that much. So
I was happy going twice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a big deal, and that's the biggest thing. I don't think it kind of goes without saying, freedom to do what you want. And then, as Dan wrote, the number 2 reason to go
what do you
would
think
be
my
a mammal
handwriting-
cult.
You definitely,
It says mammal cult.
Definitely mammal cult, as opposed to the amphibian cult.
It's either M-A or M-I, M-M-A-L,
Minimal
C-O-L-T.
cost.
Mammal cult.
Minimal cost.
Mammal cult.
Shut up. So it goes without saying, when you just have one person to feed, one person to buy for, it's just going to be less cost in general. I guess the only issue would be if you don't already have like a magic key and you're paying just to go, as opposed to deciding, no, I'm just going to go to the beach or something. But still, it's just one person. So
yeah. Also, another reason, single rider lines. Now, we have talked about single rider lines before. Single rider lines. And I will say, it does depend on the ride and the
time of day. And where,
Because lately,
it's a lot of things.
I used to do Space Mountain single rider line all the time. Lately, every time we got off, I'm like,
That
I
line
would not
can be
do
kinda
that
crazy.
in a million years.
Same with Incredicoaster. I don't get it. Everyone does it. And
The problem with Space Mountain and the Incredicoaster is that they don't use the single rider line very much.
No.
Because on the Incredicoaster, they have some of the coasters that actually hold an odd number of people.
Which I've never understood.
I don't understand
why is there this big
But not
block?
every one of them.
No, I don't get it.
And so so they don't always use them because of that. On Space Mountain, sometimes they actually don't want to fill every seat because it could get too heavy.
Yep.
And so even though they might have several seats empty, they'll specifically not bring single riders on because they know if they do, it's going to be too much.
And that if it's too heavy, they either have to unload the people or you send you to the left, which is happening.
Which is
to
to
our
unload
groups.
people. Yeah.
Yep.
So because of that, when it gets really long, the single rider line for those 2 rides isn't necessarily shorter than the standard line.
Radiator Springs can be okay.
That one is much faster.
Yeah,
it's still pretty long. It's not like you're going to get on in less than 20 minutes.
But because it's 3 and 3, there will always be weird numbers because there's so many groups of 2
it's very
or 4.
rarely that they don't utilize the single rider line. But it does get long, so it's not like it's going to be a walk-on. But you will wait nowhere near as long as the
evidently Indiana
standby
Jones now has it back again. I don't remember how they.
You have to talk to the cast members. Remember, they give you the lanyard now that has like a whole
so freakishly large,
huge piece of paper hanging on your neck.
Yep. So you don't skip the line.
But yeah, that's one that does work well. There's others that do work. Matterhorn actually is not bad.
Yeah.
It's not wonderful, but it's not bad.
Not too bad.
But they are more of an option. So
and it saves you time, like since you're not worried like, oh well, we would love to do this single rider line as a group, but of course we're going to be broken up, so it's also not as fun.
I would also throw in there. First of all, Smuggler's Run. That's like a walk-on if you do single rider.
Oh yeah,
basically it's a
you
walk-on.
will be on the third.
You're going to be probably the engineer, but it's a walk-on. But other rides that don't have single rider lines, it's quite common for them to be calling back like any single riders parties of
Guardians
1 or 2
all the time,
and then you just like single rider like thank you
Guardians. They try to fill that elevator, whatever your VIP tour shaft.
They don't have a single rider line.
Yep.
So also be on the lookout for those when you're getting up to the front. Listen for parties of 1 or 2 because they call for them a lot.
Any solo travelers?
Number 4, as he wrote down, was maritime.
Me time.
Maritime.
There's no R or another.
What is that then?
It's
maritime.
My pen did not lift off completely off the page.
No, you didn't spell it right. You spelled it with an E.
Okay, so
there's just a lot in there.
Me time. I personally, as I said before, love me time. If you love me time, it's a good time to do Disneyland, because why not do it in the happiest place on earth? But it kind of goes along with do what you want. But it seriously is just like, sometimes it can be cathartic if you have 18 children or you're like stressed out by people. It can be a good thing.
We've talked to people. We've been on cruises with people where they're like,
yes.
Oh no, like, oh, you're here by yourself. They're like, yes. Why? Because my family's off doing something else, and I told them I'm taking a cruise by myself, and they were very happy.
On most of our cruises that we've done without, have all of them had a single?
No, not that we've sat with.
Yeah, many of them though. They'll pair us with like a couple of single travelers.
No, it's just the one time.
I thought it was twice.
No, it's just because it was two people on the same cruise.
Oh.
That they were traveling by themselves. But, I mean, they're not by any means the only ones that do that.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, we've talked to them, and they're like, nope, love this. This is wonderful. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Also, they can be a quick trip if you only have a small amount of time to go to the parks.
Even, like, just a morning or something, and especially if you have a Magic Key, why not? Like, or if you live semi-close, or if you travel there for business, why not?
Yeah.
It kills time, it's fun, and yeah, you can get a lot done.
And you're not going to be disappointing anybody other than yourself, potentially. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you have to worry about, like, oh, I don't know if I find it worth it. If you're like, if it's worth it to you to only go for a few hours, then who are you disappointing? No one.
Plus, say you're staying somewhere kind of farther away, your Uber ride's just going to be you and cheap. It's not going to be 10 people. So,
those are the biggest pros that we can think of. And again, these are kind of no-brainers. I'm sure most of you have thought about those. And now, from our own experiences, let's talk about some of the cons that we've talked about. I would say let's leave this one for last.
Yeah.
So the next one was, I don't remember.
What you said art something or anteaters.
Anteaters.
It's not anteaters. It was awkwardness.
Anteaters.
Some people
with the mammal cults. There's also anteaters.
Yep. So some people, as time has gone on, I guess I noticed this more, but when I was an only child and it was just kind of part of who I was, I did not necessarily feel awkward doing stuff by myself. But there is a sense of kind of awkwardness, especially if you go and eat at a sit-down restaurant and you're alone. People often will like kind of look at you, and if you're in line for stuff or like waiting for things, and you're just kind of there standing there, it can feel kind of awkward.
Granted, there might be some of you that are like, that wouldn't feel awkward to me at all.
Yeah,
Great. Then
if you
there's something for you not to be concerned about.
Yep.
Also, as it says here, more cot pee parent hotels. More cot pee parent hotels.
I am going to.
I don't know what these sorts of hotels are.
I am going to type up my things in the future.
Do.
Or text them to you.
Do.
It's kind of a catch-22 with the one that said it's minimal cost on the pros. Technically, if you're staying in a hotel, you can't split that with anyone. You're not with a friend. You're not with I mean, if you're family, you're going to not split it anyway, but it's just you for paying for stuff. So you're going to have to take the brunt of something that doesn't necessarily like get split depending on how many are there.
Now, it might be different because if you're someone who you only travel with your family and you normally have to get more than one hotel, then obviously going by yourself is going to be less expensive because you only have to buy the one. But since most families probably still just buy one hotel room, it's one hotel room for one person, but it's the same price.
Yeah.
So it's like, that doesn't save you anything.
You may also be tempted to buy more stuff. If you're all alone, you're like shopping.
Actually, that could be another con, is that sometimes you don't have someone else there saying, nope.
Yeah, you don't have a check and balance on you.
The biggest con, and again, this goes without saying, and it's dependent on the person. This is me 100%, is that you get, with no friends and family around, it can feel really lonely. I think you put lack of shared interest?
Shared memories. So.
That's memories?
Yes.
That is literally, look at this. Is that a word? No. That is a series of squiggles.
It looks like a EKG tracing.
It looks like it could say Muhammad. It is itty bitty, and it just has a bunch of up and down lines.
The piece of paper that I wrote this on is also small. And I had to kind of squeeze it in the side.
Lack of shared Muhammad.
Anyway, lack of shared memories. So part of the fun of Disneyland and just Disney in general is family and friends and just having pictures taken with them and trying to remember these things. So there's a little bit of a lack of
trade-off.
that. Yeah. Like I said, like, I mean, that is great. I do definitely appreciate going with family and friends, but it's not like the biggest thing for me because I don't get that lonely. But, that's just me.
Yes, it is. For me, I just don't. That's my biggest problem. It's not even so much that I feel awkward. I used to think I was going to feel awkward. I've gotten around that in most of the instances. I don't really feel that way about it much anymore. But there's a lot of things where I'm like, I do not want to go on that ride by myself because for me,
it's more fun with others.
It's more fun with others, but also I'm like, I don't need the memory of there's some of the rides that I'm like, I enjoy being on that with others more than just being on myself. Like I think through like I would never go on Star Tours by myself.
Yeah.
There'd be no I enjoy getting off and like
talking about
it with somebody afterward.
You would do Space alone though.
I do Space alone all the time.
Yeah.
Because I just love the experience that much.
Yeah. Because it's a ride and like you're the thrill of it.
I do Haunted Mansion by myself. I've done Pirates, I think, by myself. There's certain rides where I'm like, yeah, I don't mind doing that by myself. But there's other rides where I think through, I'm like, I would never in a million years do that by myself because I like sharing it with someone else.
Well, and it did take you time because because I would do my conferences and in the mornings was when we used to have a YouTube channel, you would go and like film content and stuff. And that was kind of like all you would do. But then I think you started figuring out, there's some rides I can do.
Yeah, but I still, like I said, I don't do much by myself. I have done trips where I'm basically by myself, and then a lot of those instances, I'm like, I would much rather just go back to the hotel room at this point.
Yeah.
I will have just as much fun there, and not necessarily like fun, but like I don't need to be wandering around the park doing basically nothing. I can be more productive and use my time better at the hotel.
Especially if you like have to go do some online work or take a nap or something.
Or whatever it is. But so for me, that's the biggest thing. But again, there's some people that are more like, Dan, that's not something I'm worried about. Like, then cool. If you're listening to our cons list and you're like, that doesn't apply to me, then guess what? You just got your answer.
You are doing a solo trip. Go for 5 days and do you. So I was just trying to think through the experiences that I had because when I was applying for different residencies in the Southern California area, I applied to one in San Diego and I had a rental car. And so I'm just like, I don't have to be back home for school for a few days. I am going to go up to Disneyland. And so I did. And it was just like a day and a half, but it worked out nicely. And then I did do a full Disney World trip by myself. And then a Disneyland one kind of around that same time. But I think more so this should apply if you have like a short period of time, so like a day or less. I say go for it because it can be fun.
Yeah, but and maybe you do go for longer trips. I don't know. And I would even suggest that if you do decide to go for a solo trip, like really make it about yourself. I would say make it more like a treat yourself. Oh yeah,
do a spa day. And
I appreciate the people that get the I'm celebrating buttons to say I'm celebrating solo trip. They're like, nope, that is what I'm here to do. And I'm enjoying it.
Well, and I'm sure Mandy, my coworker and friend that we went to Oogie Boogie Bash 2 years ago.
She had lots of alone time.
There were times she would get overwhelmed by just people. She kind of gets stressed out in large crowds, and then just kind of would get sick of trying to keep up with our very fast walking. But yeah, she would go back to the pool, just relax. She'd go to the room. She'd go on a couple of rides by herself. She got some beignets by herself. Like, there's so many things.
When we meet back up with her, she's like having the time of her life.
Yep.
She loved it.
So it really does kind of depend on your personality and just kinds of things that you would want to get out of a trip or just enjoy in life. Because if you don't mind making your own memories and even doing some things that like you could just go to see Walt Disney One Man's Dream and stuff, because that doesn't necessarily
I saw that by myself. You were upset at me.
I was a little bit, just because I hadn't seen it yet. But yeah, there's things that like don't necessarily have a necessary component of a shared experience with others because you're just sitting and watching something. You shouldn't be talking during that. So,
so those are our experiences. Like I said, it's not like perfect, but I think it does help that we've viewed it from two wildly different angles.
Oh, yes.
Because when we first met and he said, I went to Disney World by myself, I'm like, who goes to Disney World by themselves?
And now we've met people who have.
And I've kind of done it, not like on purpose. It wasn't like, I'm going to go to Disney by myself. I had reasons to be there by myself, but I slowly have been like, it's not the worst thing.
Yeah, you definitely haven't been like, I'm going to go do my own me trip only to Disneyland.
No.
Yeah, but I would do that and have. So
anyway,
hopefully this gives you some ideas, or someone just asked about it a while ago, and even, some of it seems pretty straightforward and no brainer. But
like I said, if you listen to all this and like this sounds like the best thing ever and this stuff I wouldn't ever worry about, like then why are you waiting?
Go right now.
In fact, there's a link at the bottom in the description of this podcast that you should be clicking on to help book that trip. Just remember, with our friends at Getaway Today, they do have. Not only do they still have some Black Friday stuff going on, but there's a big sale and promotion that Disney is promoting for trips next year to Disneyland. And just remember that actually Getaway Today can beat those prices.
Yep.
So even if that's something you are considering, you can go and use them. Another thing I do love about them, we've mentioned it before, is that if you booked a trip with them, and then since then a new deal has come up that is actually better for you,
contact them.
You can contact them and they will help to make those changes if it's possible, which most of the time it is. It would be, I'm only thinking of like weird situations where it wouldn't be possible, but they're really great to work with. Again, it's also a way to help support us as well.
And make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook. I've posted a few times this week. I feel proud of myself.
I did not remember, but I usually post.
You've been very busy.
I post the stories and then you post the real things.
Yes.
So, anyway, then make sure you also subscribe to the podcast to get new episodes as they drop, and consider sharing it with friends too. And then we will see you guys next week. We are actually going to be at Disneyland on Friday. We're going to be arriving on Friday.
So next week will be a trip report,
which you can choose to listen to either before or after, because Disneyland. I don't know what I was about to say there. Loopy. I said Disneyland's birthday when really I meant Christmas.
Those are very different things.
Wildly different things. Christmas is it?
The birth of our Lord and
That's
Savior.
That's on Thursday.
Disneyland.
Christmas is a Thursday.
Is it? Does it land on Thursday?
I think it does, because I think, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because next week's Christmas. No, yeah, next week's Christmas Eve. Yep.
The week from our recording this. So maybe it won't publish on Christmas, but if you're like, why did they record this week? Like, well, we were going to record anyway. We might we'll figure it out. Anyway, so that's what you're going to be hearing next week. You can choose to listen to it before or after the holidays, whatever you want to do. But anyway, we will see you guys then. And yeah, bye.
Bye.